Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. So when you're stuck for what you want to do, you can always go to Pinterest. I think you can even Google it and go to images and find them there as well. But there's all different kinds. This is actually the first time I'm ever using them, 20 years of stamping, and I've really never done it. So wait till you see my first card, because it didn't come out that great. But it's always good laughing at yourself. So this is, I swear I wasn't drinking tonight either. So this is the sketch. And it looks really pretty from here, but it all depends on what you're doing. But the good thing about this is, you know, you can do one and you don't have to be exact. It's just giving you an idea. And this was the first one. And I'm like not loving it, but I was determined to use the same paper. So I'll show you what I came up with the second time. And then when you find one you really like. So I actually use the same idea, and I'll keep this one right here. This was actually in my scraps, done with the wood folder. So I guess I must have had like done them double for a show. So I must have 10 other ones in there. And then this piece, which was here, was the other side from that I had cut down. So we're going to do that one again. But this time, instead of using the stripes, I took a strip, and this is three-quarter inch. And then I used another scrap that happened to be put through a folder, and I'm going to do that. So I think number 2 is actually better than number 1. And we're going to stamp Thanks from the Magnolia set. Good morning, Magnolia. So pretty. So I did that in soft suede. And just stamped it right there in the middle. And then I sponged, and I'm using one that was something else, and now it's going to have a bunch of colors on it. So in the mossy meadow, I just went around that. And then mounted that on our pretty little pink. Of course, I've got my Tipsy there. And if you haven't gotten one yet, it's really a good thing. Okay, so that's going to get some dimensionals on it. Sometimes I have none, and then I have 2 attached. All right, so we've got it all ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Make sure your card is the right direction. Otherwise, you hear more hysterical laughing. And I always like, I think this is actually the right side. I always like the back side. I like the innies, not the outies. That's just me. So I'm going to put that down right there. And that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then we will put this one down. Actually, I'm going to put this one down first. So I'll put that about there. Then I can come back and put this one here. And then this on top of that. And then you can always add ribbon. You don't have to go exactly, it's an idea. And then that goes right there. And if I wanted to put a little wire or something there, you could do all that too. But I was just trying to keep them pretty simple tonight. So I definitely like this background better than that one on this particular card. It needed the green, not the brown. So there's that one. And I may as well use this as my scrap. Okay, number 2. So here's the sketch, and sometimes they even give you measurements, and not that you have to go exact either. If you're using scrap, sometimes your scrap might be a little bit different, but for somebody who really doesn't know what to do, it's perfect. So here's the card I came up with that sketch. And this was using Pretty Label and a circle punch. And then I used from It Starts With Art, You Make Everything Sparkle. So let's put that one together. So again, I use that. Now on this one, I absolutely love it on. So it's Very Vanilla on Very Vanilla. And this die works great with if you just quickly run your glue over it. Like, it hasn't gone through. I've done every single one just like that. And I even don't worry about if there's like a few that aren't punched out, especially when it's like color on color. Okay, so we've got that ready. So then with this one, let me get the stamp part done. And so I stamped that in black. Yep, let's do that again. Good thing there's 2 sides. Okay, so we've got that, and I pressed a little too hard. You can see how much thicker it is than that one. And then we've got the little decoration. And what I did with this is I took the Wink of Stella while it was still freshly stamped, and that'll move the color a little bit. And I made that sparkle and pull some of that color in. Okay, so that's going to go down on the Pretty Label. And just move that into place. And I'll even put the dimensionals on it, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so now for these pieces, let me get this back in my little holder. Love it. So these were, I think, 1 and 1.5. 1.5 by 2 3/4. So I do the end ones first. And I know a lot of people do their middle first, but I'd be off for sure. Okay, so we're going to put that there. And as long as you're, you know, looking at your border, you'll be good to go. So I say. I'm working on this one getting empty. Okay, and then that one. And besides, who cares if it's a little off? It's a handmade card, right? Right. Okay, so that's going to go in the middle. This is going to go back in its holder for now. And then we can go ahead and put this on. And then I thought instead of using the sequins, we'd use some of our gems. Maybe that was a bad choice. I don't know. So this one, I'll do the middle first. And then this one also gets some dimensionals. The innies look like the T11 111 siding. Oh, you use it like that too, Tammy? I like it better that way. Okay, so then this is going to go right there. And there you have it. So, right from the sketch. Okay, 2 down. 2 to go. And I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see, which one do I want to do? This one. Okay, so here's the sketch, and I did change it a little bit. It was calling for 2 pieces and 2, so 4 pieces, but I didn't like that look. So I used 1 piece across. And even though this says flowers, I mean, I could have done it differently, but because I used this paper, so it did end up flowers. But you can use anything. It's just giving you an idea. So keep that in mind when you're using sketches. I just learned today. Okay, so that's ready to go. Well, actually, I gotta use it right now. So it's your card base, and then we're gonna put that down. And it's so pretty. I love all the new paper that's coming out. And it's just a few more days. Okay, and then this one is going to go right there. Look at those birds. It's so hard to do that. So that's going to go there. Come on, you can still move. There you go. Okay, and then this piece, which I put through my favorite folder, the subtle folder, it's going to go right there. Okay, so now let's do some stamping. And I use the stitch circles. What did I stamp on that? Oh yes, your friendship. Your friendship means the world to me. So I'm doing that in the mossy. And I'm stamping it a little bit lower and to the right. And did I? Yes, I did. So I'm going to go sponge around that now. Where'd I throw that sponge? Right there. The mess is creeping in on me. Okay, so this can go. These can go. I try to be neat, but it doesn't happen. Okay, so then I'm going to put these flowers, and I colored these with the blends, so they're going to go, I think this time I'm going to put one up. So I'm going to keep two flat and one up. So I'm just putting the glue on the bottom part of the flower. And then this one will go right there. And we could even bling this one up a little bit. Take these little ones and put one in the center of each. And then this is going to go up as well. Let's see, that's going to go right off. So that goes right there. Oh, it looks good with the bling. So there's the sketch, and there's the card. So that's another one done. Now I have a little tricky thing. Where'd it go? All right, so here is the last sketch that I'm doing. And I use Sailing Home, which is an awesome, awesome set. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. But let me, See, when I put it away, then I know where it is, but I don't. Okay, so we're going to put the sailboats down, go in the right direction. And things like this, you have to be careful even when you cut your paper. so that they go the right direction. So that was 5 1/4 by 4, and then this piece was 2 3/4 by 4 7/8. Oh, but I need that now. So, whoa, it's a trick. Okay, so that's gonna go right about there. And people messaging me, then I can't see the screen. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do a little stamping, and it's simple stamping. So we're going to take the lighthouse, and we're doing that in Night of Navy. And I only stamped one, so I mean cut one out, so I can't make a mistake. It's got to be perfect. Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to take the thanks. I got to pull it down a little bit. And then we're going to sponge around that. So I'm going to use the other side of this. And then get rid of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we can get rid of that. Put this back over there and the bling there. So this is going to get dimensionals. So that's going to go there, and then this we're going to trim. And then we're going to just make a little flag there. And then see if I did enough off of it. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and put that down. Got that one. And then that's going to go right there. And that's done. So that was using this sketch. And all the dimensions are there, although I did tweak them, so I will list them. So let me bring everything back. And if you have any questions about it, just remember, if you do a search for, you know, sketches, card sketches, same thing with scrapbooking, you can find all kinds. Oh, I did have one more that I didn't do. Here was another one that was from a card sketch, but I'm not sure where that paper is. So that one, this one, and that one, my least favorite. So that's it. Card sketches could be your best friend sometimes. So thanks for joining me tonight. Catalog will be live next week, and if you haven't gotten one yet and you don't have a demonstrator, let me know. I'll send you out one, and I will see you Sunday night. Thanks, everybody. Good night.